So I'm one of these people now. Are you guys noticing a pattern where we put out something or say something and then the Vernon Township Democrats wake up? My question still stands. Are you being represented in Vernon Township and Lake County? If you want to go bring it out a little bit, are you being represented by your representatives? If you got a problem with I don't know, our electricity bills that are insane solely because of, green energy policies in this county and in this state. Traffic, construction that's never ever ending. Your property taxes, your Lake County property taxes, do your representatives mount an assault on whatever the issue is that's behind these things? Of course not. They're voting for it. They're supporting it. You see, we have our township supervisor, Tim Kobler. The last one was Altenberg, who's the husband of Mara Altenberg, who's Lake County Board. I can get to that later. Our clerk is Fabi. They both ran unopposed in the April elections earlier this year. Trustees on this letter, Hirsch, Seabor, Magadi, Sender, all Dems, all ran unopposed, didn't have any Republican candidates. And those trustees got just under 4,000 votes. Supervisor and clerk got just over 4,000 votes. I'm looking at my notes. I looked up at the results on the Lake County website. Almost 50,000 people, I think, residents in Vernon Township. So 4,000 people are deciding who runs the show here. There's plenty of receipts about business owners and stuff who are attacked because they don't agree with every single thing on this certain platform, okay? So part of that is our own fault, right? Got to go back to my roots as a film producer now. Because we're not activated, we don't know what's going on. We're apathetic as voters, okay? We're not paying attention. We're not getting out to vote. We're not learning, and we're not running as candidates, okay? So, like I said, these people are running unopposed, okay? And you're like, well, why don't we have any candidates? Why don't we have any candidates? Well, possibly because when we ask people to be candidates or to run ourselves, we run the risk of being harassed by the opposing supermajority party and all of their coalitions, who will dox you and call your place of employment and make life miserable for you. But the reality is that 2026 is happening. Trump is no longer going to be a candidate for anything, okay, because, that's termed out. I mean, these No Kings protests and whatever, are you kidding me? You're going to talk to me about No Kings when I had to watch my kids live like gerbils in their rooms, go in once in a while and clean up after them or whatever when they're on their iPads, because I don't have a second house in Florida or the free state of Wisconsin or whatever to go take my kids during COVID. I ended up homeschooling my third grader at the time. That's when a lot of reading comprehension happens and, more challenging things in math happen, like multiplication and division, and I chose to homeschool him because I wouldn't have him sit in a mask for 8 hours a day. And I got, you're killing grandma. We all know what's up with all that stuff. We were right, okay? So anyway, do any of us get represented? No, we don't, because we're not running. We don't have candidates. They run unopposed. And then in the case of Mara Altenberg, who's running her seats up for election on the Lake County Board. Lake County Board, I want to talk about taxes, our Lake County taxes. I want to talk about construction. I want my Lake County to be running smoothly. What are you doing for Lake County taxpayers when we're sitting here paying the highest taxes? Her introduction into this whole thing was by appointment. You guys know what that's like, right? We see it in our school districts and everything. Somebody decides halfway through their term that they're not going to run, or there's a health issue, or they're going to retire, and then they appoint, and that's how those people get in. It's really hard to mount a campaign as an unknown candidate against an incumbent, and then it's doubly hard because of the nonsense that this Democrat Party puts upon everybody. You make a statement, you express of an opinion, you ask a question, and you're a hater and a bigot and a this and a that. And I just think that we're kind of sick of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's time for us to move on and have a real election and have some real representation? Figure out what the issues are for Vernon Township and Lake County and beyond in this state? Because here's a little secret that I want everybody to remember that is probably getting lost on a lot of people, both Republicans and Democrats alike, is that anti-Trump does not equal raging liberal. Okay? Like raging leftist liberal. They're not the same thing. You can like be just not really happy with Trump, not like him, but that doesn't mean that you're a raging liberal who believes some of this far left platform either. And those are the people that we should start talking to, because I think we have a lot in common. And the first thing that we have in common is that we live in Lake County and we live in Vernon Township. Also, just a fun fact, and we'll be posting more about this, the Lake County board position is paid, okay? So any of you out there want to run for Lake County board and actually do good and be a public servant, because let's go back to what this is. You are elected by us to be our servants. We're your boss. And anyone who wants to like throw their hat in the ring for that, you're going to be, I think it's around $50,000. And there might be some health benefits in there. And that's not something everybody, puts out there. Thanks for listening. And I don't know, I guess we'll make more of these videos. Bye.